Welcome to studyhigh.pk and subscribe keep in contact for more videos and lectures. Today I am going to start our lecture 7 of chapter Heart Medical Physiology Interpretation of ECG Part 2. In Part 1 I have explained how our voltage meters work when they deflected towards the positive side, when they deflected towards the negative side, when they are connected to the different regions of cardiac muscles in different conditions, and what is the normal electrocardiograph duration and voltage values of different types of curves on our electrocardiographic recording paper, the calibration, the time, the voltage calibration, etc. In our lecture part 2 of interpretation of ECG, today we will discuss the bipolar limb leads, how they work, and the significance of QRS vector in diagnosis of or abnormalities in our cardiac muscles in different conditions. What is 12 lead system? Arrangement and working of limb lead system. The significance of QRS vector and how you can diagnose from different types of electrocardiographic paper ECG. The QRS vector is direction. In 12 lead system, there are 12 leads that can be used to determine the functioning of our cardiac muscles. Three leads, lead 1 and lead 2, lead 3 are called bipolar limb leads that are connected through the limbs, or limbs are used, or limbs are the regions to which the electrocardiographic leads are connected and the physiology of cardiac muscle is measured. These leads are very important. We will discuss these three leads in our lecture. AVR, AVL, AVF, augmented limb leads. We will discuss augmented limb leads and V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. These six leads are called chest leads or precordial leads. Their functioning, the normal values of these leads, we will discuss in our coming lecture. So in this lecture, different types of concepts you will understand why in some leads the voltage is very high, as you can see in V2, why it is inverted in some leads, why it remain in positive direction in some leads of the same cardiac muscles, and who these leads are involved in measuring of action potential around our heart muscles. So let's start today's lecture, bipolar limb leads. First of all, I want to inform you why we say bipolar and what is the difference between bipolar limb leads and unipolar limb leads. If this is your cardiac, your heart, it may be in negative side or once its one side may be negative. During different conditions, other side may be positive. In bipolar limb leads, our electrocardiographic recording meter, voltage meter, that consists of two terminals, negative terminal and positive terminal. Its both terminals are involved in determining the electrocardiography or the different waves that are produced by our electrocardiographic machine. Its negative terminal is whether connected to the negative side of the cardiac muscle or the fluids that are surrounding this cardiac muscle, whereas its positive terminal is also connected whether to the positive or negative terminal. As a result, both terminals of this electrocardiography or electrocardiographic meter involved in measuring the potential or different types of curves or working of our cardiac muscle. Second means that both terminals are connected to the two poles, whether negative or whether positive, and both are involved in determining the electrocardiographic curves, our heart P wave QRS complex, whereas in unipolar limb leads that we will discuss in our next lecture, in them the negative terminal of the electrode remains same in all conditions. It is constantly connected through different types of configuration to the same value that may be remain 0 in some conditions or that may remain same, whereas the only positive terminal involved in determining the deflection of the voltage meter and the different types of curves that is produced on the electrocardiographic paper. Like when this positive terminal is connected to the region of the heart that is in negative, then the electrocardiograph that is recorded by the unipolar limb leads may be in negative direction. When this positive terminal is connected to the positive region of the heart, then a positive deflection will be recorded by this electrode or voltage meter. So in unipolar limb leads, only one terminal is involved in determining the electrocardiography, whereas in bipolar limb leads, both terminals of the electrode are involved in determining the electrocardiography on the recording paper. So, bipolar limb leads or limb leads that we are going to discuss today are bipolar. Both terminals will involve in determining the electrocardiography or physiology of our cardiac muscles. First, some basic concepts you must know if you want to understand this lecture. If this is a common cell, and you know our cell system are consist of negative and positive charges that are separated from each other through a barrier, and when this cell is connected through the wires to a bulb and the bulb will lights give us a light. What is the basic phenomena behind the working of this cell? When the positive and negative charges of this cell, secondary cell or primary cell, are remain separated from each other, there will be a generation of electric potential. In this, that's why we name different types of batteries of 1 volt, 2 volt, 5 volt. So depends on how much negative and positive charges are present around this barrier. We can also determine the voltage potential that is present from in this cell from the negative to positive direction. By this, for this, we will connect the negative terminal with the negative charges with the negative terminal of our voltage meter, whereas the positive terminal with the positive charges of the cell. Positive terminal of our voltage meter will be connected with the positive terminal, negative charges will be connected with the negative terminal of our voltage meter. And the deflection of this voltage meter will shows us that will give us a value that how much potential is present in this cell. As you know, in our heart, if this region is in depolarized form or polarized form, when it is in resting polarized form, its outside will be positive and inside will be negative. When because of initiation of cardiac impulses, because of initiation of action potential from the SA node, this region of our right atrium will give us a outside negative, whereas inside positive. And if we connect these two regions of the heart with the electrocardiographic meter, this membrane of the cardiac muscles with the negative potential, because this membrane of cardiac muscle is carrying negative charges outside because of initiation of action potential, as I have explained in previous lecture, whereas this region of the heart will be in positive outside the membranes, and the negative terminal of the voltage meter is connected with the negative and positive terminal is connected with the positive, and a positive deflection will be shown by the electrocardiographic meter, as I have explained in detail in previous lecture. And on our recording paper, a positive deflection will be represented by this electrocardiographic meter. When because of movements of these action potential from the left atrium to right atrium, all cardiac muscles will be or all right and left atrium muscles will be in depolarized form and will carry negative charges, When you will connect this equal potential right and left atrium with the electrocardiograph, negative terminal with the positive and this region with this terminal, there will be no deflection by this electrocardiographic meter and our P wave will reaches to the zero level. Zero potential will be recorded when our any wave is just touching this horizontal line. It means that all our cardiac muscles are whether in polarized form or in depolarized form. It means that there will be no conduction by our voltage meter, zero value. Likewise, when this cell consists of a negative charges, a large amount of on this side and positive charges on other side, where will be a positive deflection by the voltage meter. But when there is intermixing of the positive and negative charges and there are negative charges on this side as well, equal amount of positive and negative charges on both sides, what will happen if this side of the this cell is contain equal number of negative and positive charges and this cell also consists of equal number of positive and negative charges, there will be no deflection by this electrocardiographic meter. It means that its potential is zero in this case. Likewise, when all the cardiac muscles are in depolarized form, there will be no deflection by this electrocardiographic meter and this wave will touches to the zero horizontal line on the electrocardiographic recording paper. Second thing, a vector is drawn from the negative to the positive side in our heart system. If we have two regions, there is a negative charges on this side and a positive charges on this side. What will happen? There will be a vector that can be used for representation of electric potential in this side. It means that its tail represents a negative area and its apex or its arrow shows the region of positive area. Different types of vector rules. You must know that when one vector is projected in this direction and a second vector is projected in this direction, what will be the resultant vector? For calculating the resultant vector, you should join the tail of head of first vector with the tail of second vector, and for the resultant or for calculation of what will be the net potential, then you can measure the net vector or the net force by joining the tail of first and the head of the last. This will be the net force. If on any object a force is being applied on this object in this direction and a large force on this direction, you can also measure the net resulting force by using the rules of by connecting the tail of second vector to the head of the first vector, and the resultant vector will be obtained by joining the tail of first vector and the head or arrow of the last vector. This will be the resultant force that is being applied on this object. Now I am going to inform you what happens in our heart that we are discussing in this lecture. In our heart, what happens after depolarization wave that starts from the SA node? This region of the heart is in negative form, whereas other region is in positive form. As a result, electric potential arrow and tail containing vector is being generated. It is a vector that is used in our heart system. Its tail will represent the negative region of the heart and its head represents the positive region of the heart. This vector is widely helpful in determining or diagnosis of different types of diseases in our cardiac system. First, I want to inform you how the different regions of our cardiac muscle are depolarized or activated. First, SA node generates different types of impulses, and the region that is first depolarized is this region. Around the SA node, the region of right atrium is depolarized first. As a result, the cardiac muscles that are present on this region contains or negative charges, whereas the region away from this right atrium still containing the positive charges. As a result, what will happen? Overall, we receive a vector that is projected in this direction, whereas this region may also contain positive charges. Some vectors are also projected from this negatively charged area into this direction, but their magnitude will be small. Some will also be deflected in this direction, but the large vector may also be deflected in this direction. But the resultant vector that is obtained or that is projected, that we can obtain by applying the rules of vector, is in this direction. In after some time, what will happen? This depolarization wave will also spread into our left ventricle, and all our right and left atrium muscle will be depolarized. As a result, what will happen? All right and left atrium will contain negative charges. No, there will be zero electric potential. There will be no generation of any type of our vector. As in this condition, all our cardiac arterial muscles are in depolarized form. If we connect this region of the heart with a electrocardiographic meter, with negative terminal with negative region, positive terminal with positive terminal, will receive a strong positive deflection. Whereas in this condition, if we connect the negative region with the negative terminal and the positive region, there is no positive region. So again, this region, positive terminal of this electrode will also be connected with the negative terminal, and all are in same potential. As a result, there will be no deflection by this electrocardiographic meter. Zero. No resultant any type of vector is generated by our cardiac artery muscles. Then what will happen in the next, after complete depolarization of artery muscles, these will be start moving through the AV node into our ventricular muscles. First, the region that is depolarized by these is the ventricle septum. This region is depolarized first. As a result, what will happen? This region will contain a strong negative charges, whereas the other region that is still in polarized form will contain positive charges. This region is depolarized first. When the depolarization wave through Purkinje fibers, conductive fibers will start moving to the other regions of our ventricular muscles. As a result, this region will still in positive form, whereas the central region will in depolarized form. And our different types of vectors will be received from this, from negative to positive in this direction, from negative to positive electric potential vector in this direction, from downward direction, but the resultant vector that is obtained is in this direction. You must remember this. And its length shows that how much potential is generated by the separation of charges, and it will be maximum, and the length or magnitude of this vector will be maximum when the half area of the ventricle is in depolarized form and half in polarized form. Like what happens in case of our cell system, when our cell half area is in negative and half is in positive, then it will show a maximum voltage. Likewise, when the half area of our heart is in negative form and the other is in positive, then the maximum voltage vector will be given by this area of our ventricle. After some time, what will happen? All the ventricular muscles will be depolarized, and this region is depolarized at the last. The base of left ventricle depolarized at the last. You must also remember it will help you in diagnosing different type of diseases and our electrocardiographic paper curves. Understanding them, this concept will also help you. The region that depolarized at the last is the base of our left atrium, left ventricle. So when all the ventricles are depolarized, there will be no vector, there will be zero potential because all is in depolarized form. And on electrocardiography paper, our QRS will touches the horizontal line, which shows that when this touches the horizontal line, it means that our cardiac muscles are whether in depolarized form, all muscles are in depolarized, or whether they are in polarized form. Then they will touch the horizontal line. But in normal conditions, what will happen? We could not place our electrodes directly on our cardiac muscles. We can place, as we in previous lecture I have explained you, when we place micro electrodes directly on the cell membrane, we will receive a maximum negative resting membrane potential of -90 to -85 millivolt and the positive potential of +20 millivolt, as in different type of cardiac muscle due to opening of calcium channels, sodium channels, potassium channels, and you also see a plateau formation. And why plateau formation does not happen in our cardiac electrocardiography meter, I have also explained you, because during this condition all our ventricular muscles are in depolarized form. As a result, electrocardiographic voltage meters will not show any type of deflection in this plateau form. So in when you directly place your electrodes on the cardiac muscle, the total voltage difference that can be recorded is between 1 to 100 millivolt, -90 to -85 millivolt in downward direction and +20 to in upward direction. Whereas we cannot place, or we do not place directly on our cardiac muscle membrane. We place on our chest, we place on our limbs. If this region of our heart is in negative potential or carries negative charges, it will also cause the fluid that is surrounding this region of the heart. The fluid that surrounds this region of the heart will also carry negative potential. As a result, if this region of the heart is carrying positive potential or positive charges, the fluids that is surrounding this positive area of the heart will also carry positive potential. Whereas the apex of our ventricle, which in most cases remain positive because this area depolarized at the last, and the fluid around this region, mostly in the abdominal region, diaphragm regions, will also carry positive potential. So our heart is helping us in determining its functioning by the spreading of its potentials that is present or being generated in our cardiac muscle to different regions, or the fluid that is surrounding the heart to our chest, to our limbs. When you directly place your electrodes on our cardiac muscle cell membranes, then the maximum voltage that can be recorded is between 110 to 100 to 110 millivolt. When you place your electrodes on the fluid that is surrounding our cardiac muscle, then or directly placed on the chest, when the voltage range that can be recorded is between 2 to 3 millivolt. But if we place our electrodes on the limbs, like in bipolar limb lead system, on right arm or on left arm or on the left leg, just assume this is your left leg, then the maximum voltage that can be recorded by the leads that are connected with the limbs is between 1 to 1.5 millivolt and maybe lower than this 1 millivolt. Because in these conditions we have connected our electrodes positive and negative terminal at the far side away from the heart. That's why the potential has been reduced from 110 to 100 millivolt to 1 to 1.5 millivolt only, because we have connected our electrodes far away from our heart. And why? Because of when our heart, this area is in negative charge and it causes this area or the fluid that is surrounding the heart in negative potential. Our limbs that are connected with the fluids of this region will also carry negative potential. If there is a positive potential that is generated by this heart muscle in this region, There will also cause a positive potential in the fluid that is present on this region of the heart, and our left arm that is connected with this fluid will also carry a positive potential because of positive potential that is being present on the fluid on this region of the heart. And if because of this region of the heart that in most cases is in positive potential, the fluid that is surrounding the heart here will also carry a positive potential because this region in a specific time is in positive. As the fluid that is surrounding the heart or the heart apex is in positive potential, our left leg or right leg that is connected with the fluid that is surrounding the heart will also carry the positive potential. But the degree of voltage, degree of potential that can be measured from this limb will be very low as compared to the potential that can be measured by placing the electrode directly over the heart. Now I am going to show you how our electrode systems work. You know, I am just going to revise you. If this is a vector, if you want to know how much force it exerts in horizontal direction, what you have to do? You have to draw the projection of this vector on the horizontal axis, and you can measure that what is the magnitude of this force in this direction. Likewise, here is a vector that is found because of the half depolarization of the ventricle and half polarization. This vector is in this direction. If we place the or connect the negative and positive terminal around this region of the heart, negative electrode on this region and positive electrode on this region are the fluids that are present around the heart. So we have placed two electrodes on the this region on left side of the ventricle and right side, and the net vector is in this direction. And how much as these two terminals, negative and positive terminals, are further connected with our electrocardiographic voltage meter, negative terminal, positive terminal, and how much potential can be recorded by this voltage meter depends. We can measure by taking the projection of this QRS vector on this horizontal line that is formed between the negative and positive terminals leads that are further connected with the electrocardiographic meter. Its projection shows will give us an other vector, and its value will give us a magnitude that how much potential can be recorded by the electrocardiographic meter. As the two electrodes that we or the two leads that we have placed around the heart are in horizontal direction to this QRS vector, that's why its projection on this horizontal axis that is found by connecting the negative terminal region of this electrode and the positive terminal region of this electrode is this. Its voltage, the voltage recorded will be little less than the overall voltage that is being produced or the vector that contains. Just assume what will happen if we place the negative terminal at this region and the positive terminal at this region. If we connect the leads negative and the positive terminal, negative terminal just at near the base of the QRS vector and the positive terminal in this direction. In this way, we have placed the negative electrode here on the right side of the heart, whereas the positive electrode or positive lead of our electrode that is further connected with the positive terminal of the electrocardiography meter is on the base or towards the apex of the ventricle. Now I am going to calculate how much deflection will be shown by this voltage meter that is further connected with the this region of the heart and its positive terminal connected with the this region or towards the apex of the left ventricle. For this, first we have to combine this region. Then we have to draw the projection of this head, the vector's head on this axis that is joining the negative and positive terminal lead that we have applied around our heart, and its projection shows that it will give us a maximum deflection because a maximum voltage magnitude has been obtained here because of projection, a maximum voltage magnitude. As a result, the maximum voltage magnitude will be recorded by this lead. So, on the basis of how you place the two leads of any electrode, any lead system will tell you how much long or how much voltage will be recorded by the electrocardiographic lead or the electrocardiographic meter. If you place the two electrodes negative and positive terminal just in the such a way that they lie in the direction of QRS vector, they will give a maximum deflection. Just think what will happen if we join the negative terminal to this side and the positive terminal to this side. In this way, the voltage magnitude will remain same. The only difference is that the QRS will be inverted. We will receive a long in this way. The peak of the QRS will be inverted in this case. And why it inverted? Because the negative, we have joined the negative terminal of this electrode with a region which is also positive, and the positive region is connected with the negative region. That's why when lead 1 is showing a voltage value, here is the peak of the value. It may be less than the V1 or V2 because V1 and V2 are directly placed over the heart, whereas lead 1 is placed on the limbs, and lead 2 if recording less, but this is abnormal ECG. In normal ECG, lead 2 records the maximum voltage because it is in the direction of the QRS vector. This is a person and this is the heart of this person, and this region is the fluid around the heart that may contain negative potential, and this is a pex that mostly contain positive potential, and this region sometimes contain positive when arteria are in positive form, and sometimes it contain negative when left atrium is also in negative form, whereas apex mostly remain positive. But when all the ventricle remain fully depolarized, apex of the ventricle and its base, these two regions depolarize at the last. As a result, in this condition, all the ventricle will give no electric potential. So these regions, and this is the right arm of this person, this is the left arm. Now I am showing the arrangement of lead 1. In case of lead 1, here is the electrocardiographic meter, and its negative terminal is connected with the left arm, right arm. So here is the right arm of this person, whereas its positive terminal is connected with the positive arm. As you know that the heart start depolarizing from the right side, as the SN node is present on the right atrium, and the region that is present around the heart, that is first depolarized and produces a negative potential that also transferred to the fluid or the region around this heart. This region is in negative potential, whereas this region, when our heart is just start depolarizing, is in positive potential. When our cardiac muscle just started initiation of action potential, this region is negative potential. That's why the P wave that is recorded by our this lead 1, what is the connections of this lead 1? In lead 1, the negative terminal is connected with the right arm, whereas the positive terminal is connected with the left arm. And the P wave, when SA node just start or producing or initiate action potential, this region is negative potential, and this will also be transferred to the right arm, Whereas this region is in positive potential, this will also be transferred to the left arm. So our lead one will be deflected a little in the positive direction. And what will be the deflection of QRS when ventricles start depolarizing and repolarizing? When ventricles start depolarizing, the QRS vector represents what is the condition of the ventricle. And if ventricles are half depolarized and half polarized, they will show this QRS vector. And to determine whether how much this QRS vector will be recorded by our lead 1, first we must know we have connected our lead 1's negative terminal with the left arm, right arm and the positive terminal with the left arm. It means that through our right and left arm, the negative terminal is indirectly connected with this side of the heart, and the positive terminal through our limb is indirectly connected with this region of the heart. So in short, we have placed our negative electrode lead 1. Lead 1's negative terminal is connected with this region and positive terminal is this with this region. And QR's vector of ventricle is projected in this region, in this side. This is the deflection of the QRS vector that can be obtained by adding or subtracting different type of rules when ventricle is half depolarized and half polarized. To determine how much voltage value can be recorded by lead 1, first we will connect these two terminals that are connected with this side indirectly. Then the projection of this QRS vector will tell us that how much magnitude and whether in positive or in negative direction our lead 1 will record. If this is the 0 or center point of lead 1, this is the QRS vector and its projection on this shows that this will be the magnitude or magnitude vector that will be recorded on our electrocardiographic meter, and it is deflected towards the positive side. It means that the QRS vector that will be recorded by our lead 1 will be in positive direction. And why a little deflection towards the negative we will discuss in our coming lectures. But in lead 1 we can determine what will be the diffraction, how much will voltage value will be recorded by our lead 1 and in what direction it will be deflected. It will be deflected in positive because as you can see the projection of this QRS vector is in positive. This is normally what happens. If this QRS vector is deflected in this direction, it means that its deflection will show that its vector will be represented in this direction, negative side. As a result, QRS vector will be goes downward. And if in lead 1 QRS vector is in downward direction, then we can say that our heart is not performing function properly, and different type of conditions we will discuss in coming lecture. Now we will study how we connect the lead 2. In lead 2, the negative terminal of the voltage meter is connected again with the right arm. In short, it is directly connected with or indirectly connected with the fluid surrounding this region of the heart, where its positive terminal is connected with the left leg. It means that it is indirectly connected with the fluid that is present here. So in most cases, when this region is in negative or is carrying negative charge and this region is positive charge, then a positive deflection will be shown by this lead 2. So what is the arrangement of placement of our lead 2? In lead 2, negative terminal is connected with the right arm, whereas the positive terminal is connected with the left leg. And as we know that the right arm is connected indirectly to the fluid that is near the right atrium, whereas the left leg is connected with the fluid that is near the apex of the ventricle. So now we will determine how much our QRS vector potentially can be recorded by lead 2. In lead 2, one negative is connected here positive is connected indirectly here. So here is the negative terminal of lead 2 and here is the positive terminal of lead 2. And now we will connect the both terminal with each other. And what is the direction of QRS vector? And as we know that QRS vector is projected in this direction. Normally, during different types of ventricle curves, this QRS vector also changes to a greater extent. We will discuss, but in normal, when ventricle is half depolarized, when half polarized, the maximum QRS vector is in this direction. And now we are projecting this direction on these lead to wave. And if this is a zero value, normally what happens? This is negative region of the lead 2, this is positive connected region of the lead 2, and the QRS vector base is started from the zero region. And this is the head of the QRS vector. We will draw the projection of this on the horizontal axis that is connecting the negative and positive terminal of our lead 2. And its projection will shows that a maximum voltage vector whose magnitude is just nearly equal to this QRS vector. That's why lead 2 in most cases will shows first thing it is also in positive direction. So this is the electrocardiographic paper. Lead 2 will also record positive potential. Second, it will record highest because its negative and positive terminals are in the region, or its negative terminal is just connected with the negative region of the ventricle and positive towards the apex. That's why it records the maximum voltage as compared to lead 1 and lead 2, in which negative and positive are connected in horizontal direction. Whereas in case of lead 3, the negative terminal is connected with the left arm. Here is our left arm. Whereas the positive terminal is connected with our left leg. So what will happen? The negative terminal is connected with the left arm. In short, the negative terminal of lead 3 is connected with this fluid region of the heart, that in some cases in positive potential and some cases in negative potential because of the different conditions of left atrium. It will be in positive, and when our acid node is just initiating action potential, this region is in depolarized form, this is in polarized form. When it is in polarized form, it will also cause the positive charges, it will also cause the positive potential in the fluid region around the heart, and as a result this will also be transferred to the left arm. So in lead 3, the negative terminal is indirectly connected to the fluid around this region, whereas the positive terminal is connected with this fluid that is around the apex through the left leg. In short, we have connected the positive terminal of lead 3 here, whereas the negative terminal is connected with the fluid region here. If what happens if this region is also in positive potential, right atrium, and lower region is also in positive potential? When this region of our left atrium is in negative potential because all these muscles are in depolarized form, but this region, apex region, is still in polarized form, it contains positive charges. In this condition, when it is in negative, it is in positive, then the lead 3 will deflect it towards the positive side of our electrode meter. But when this is also positive and this is also positive, then according to the difference of potential, if this potential is approximately 0.3 volt in plus 0.3 volt and this is 0.5 volt or it is 10 volt, then the difference of the voltage between this and this region will show that whether it will be deflected in positive side or negative side. As the difference is 10 minus 0.3, it will be approximately plus 9.7, and plus 9.7 shows that the electrode or 3 will also be deflected in positive direction. If this region has more potential, that in normal cases does not happen. If this region of left atrium contains a potential of 5 millivolt, whereas the potential that is present on the apex is 2 millivolt, then the difference 2 minus 5, because we subtract from apex region from to the left atrium region, because positive terminal is connected to the apex of the atrium ventricle, whereas the negative terminal of lead 3 is connected with the left atrium. That's why in this case we subtract from 2 minus 5. As a result, our result is minus 3 millivolt, and lead 3 will deflect it towards this side. In short, in lead 3, positive terminal is connected with the apex, negative terminal on the fluid that is present on the left side of the heart. We join these two, whereas the situation of QRS vector will always remain same in one heart, because we are just changing the position of the electrodes of different leads. Not we cannot change our heart functioning. So QRS vector will remain same. Now we are determining whether this electrode or lead 3 will record our QRS vector in positive or negative direction, and our QRS vector deflection on our electrocardiographic paper is whether in positive or negative side. So first, this is a zero reference line from which our QRS vector is starting. This is the apex or arrow head of our QRS vector. For determining, we will again repeat the same process. We will draw the projection of QRS vector on the horizontal axis of our placement of electrode of lead 3. It shows that it is deflected in positive direction. So the QRS vector that will be made because of these electrodes, a lead 3 will be in positive side, but the magnitude is less as compared to the magnitude that is generated by lead 2 or lead 1. So it shows that here is the QRS vector. So in this way you can measure, or from the electrocardiographic leads you can know what will be the QRS vector. If any electrocardiographic paper shows that there is a maximum voltage in positive direction on our lead 3, you can imagine that the magnitude of this vector is maximum, shows that the two terminals there will be a maximum voltage on the axis of these electrocardiographic leads or electrodes of lead 3. If I draw the different types of axes that I show you separately in 3 bipolar limb lead system, this is lead 1. Why this is lead 1? Because in this case we have placed the negative electrode indirectly with the left side, this side of the heart, negative electrode on the right side of the heart, whereas the positive electrode by connecting to the left arm with the negative side of the heart. So this is the placement of our lead 1. This is lead 1 axis, whereas in case of our lead 2 we placed the negative electrode with the fluid around the right side of the heart through our right arm, whereas the second terminal in lead 2, the positive terminal is connected with the apex through the left leg, because we connect the positive terminal of lead 2 with the left leg, and left leg is further connected with the fluid around the apex of the ventricle of our heart. In short, this is the negative terminal, this is positive terminal, this is the axis of lead 2. Whereas in lead 3, we connect the negative terminal through our left arm with the fluid around this region of the heart. This is the negative terminal, and the positive terminal here. This is the axis of our third, what we call lead 3. And what is the direction of QRS complex QRS vector? In normal heart, the direction of QRS vector is in this direction. And if we draw the projection of this QRS vector on lead 1, we can say that as QRS vector's projection on lead 1 is in towards the positive axis. That's why in electrocardiographic leads, you can predict that the QRS complex will be in positive direction in lead 1. Now we will draw the projection of QRS vector on lead 2. Its projection on lead 2. I just draw here, this is a QRS vector in a much more clear picture. This is a projection of QRS vector on lead 1 and it is projected, it shows that this is the magnitude of QRS vector on lead 1. First thing that this is representing that this is projected in positive side of lead 1 in towards the positive axis. So in electrocardiography paper, the QRS vector will be directed towards the positive side. Whereas second, here is the magnitude that is telling how much the magnitude that will be produced or will be calculated by lead 1. In case of lead 2, we will draw the projection of this vector here on the lead 2. As you can see, this is the lead 2 here and this is the projection on this. It shows that its magnitude that is calculated or that is given or that is made by lead 2 is much greater as compared to lead 1. It will also be projected in positive direction as this is the positive axis, this is the negative axis. In some abnormal conditions, you will see this QRS vector will be in this direction. As a result, its projection on lead 1 will be in positive, but it will be negative in lead 2. It will also be negative in lead 3. As a result, it will be in negative direction in lead 2 and lead 3. That will represent or help you in diagnosis of different type of diseases. So in normal conditions, what will be the direction or deflection or how much voltage is measured by lead 3? We will draw a perpendicular deflection on this lead 3 as well. It will show that the value of the voltage that is measured by lead 3 is very minimum here, this region, as compared to lead 1 and 2. That's why the voltage in normal condition that is measured by lead 3 is in positive, but it is very less in its peak of odd, its odd peak is very less as compared to lead 1 and lead 2. This is positive side of lead 1, this is positive and this is negative side of lead 2, lead 3. Now I am going to draw how you can draw the QRS vector from the given ECG. This is an ECG showing lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. First, what is the direction of QRS vector in lead 1? In lead 1, it is deflected in positive direction. And as you know, as I have tell you in previous lecture, the one complete box of electrocardiography recording paper is equal to 0.5 milliwatt, whereas two boxes are equal to 1 milliwatt, and this in lead 1, 2 and 3 graphs are covered, 3 boxes are covered by this lead 1 QRS complex in vertical direction. So its magnitude is a little greater as compared to lead 2 and lead 3. We will draw the magnitude that is recorded by lead 1 in this direction approximately, whereas in lead 2 it is much smaller but it is still in positive direction. So we will draw here is the distance that is covered by lead 2, that is recorded by lead 2, whereas in normal condition lead 2 record the best. So the less voltage shown by lead 2 shows that the voltage recorded by lead 2 is less as compared to normal, where lead 3 is deflected in negative direction, and this is a negative, it is deflected in negative direction, so that the voltage projection should be lies on the negative side of this lead 3, not in positive side, and it covers 1.5 milliwatt approximately. This will be the approximate distance that is covered by lead 3. Now we are going to draw the projections of these. After drawing projections, if we draw the projection of, we will draw the verticals on these head. One vertical here, a vertical reflection here, a vertical here. This meeting of all the verticals of the arrowheads that are covered by these things or these lead will give us a resultant QRS vector, and the resultant QRS vector will be in this direction. This is the 0 point and it will be in this direction. This is the resultant QRS vector that we record from the given 1, 2 and 3 leads. Whereas in normal conditions, this is projected in this at the angle of 59 degree. Whereas in this case, so we can predict that whether it is normal or our heart is not functioning properly. And we can determine how our QRS vector is projected and in which direction it is projected. Today's lecture was a little difficult, but I try my best. The most important thing that you must know why we say them bipolar limb leads. The other difficult topics or concept I will going to revise in our coming lectures as well. Why we say bipolar and what is the difference between bipolar limb leads and unipolar. Lead 1, what is the arrangement of lead 1? Its connections. In lead 1, we connect the negative terminal with right arm and the positive terminal with left arm. In lead 2, we connect the negative terminal with the left arm and the positive terminal with the left leg. And you know, right arm is connected with the fluid on the right side of the heart. Left arm is further connected with the fluid on the left side of the heart. So indirectly, when we say we have connected the negative terminal of lead 1 with the right arm, we are just saying that we have indirectly connected the negative terminal of the lead 1 with the fluid around the right side of the heart. So I have also explained you different types of conditions, how you can determine how much voltage will be recorded by our different leads, and from a given ECG, how you can determine what will be the diffraction or deflection, in what direction our QRS vector is lying. This was a little difficult topic. Hope you understand how our limb leads record the different type of ECG patterns and how these ECG patterns help you in diagnosis of different types of diseases. Hope you best of luck, best wishes. Coming lectures are will be little easy as compared to this lecture. Hope you best of luck, best wishes, Allah Hafiz.